Hello everyone, this is Yoko. On this channel, I feel that information about what is happening in China is often not correctly conveyed to countries other than China, so I will be disseminating the information I have gathered in English. I'm getting information from multiple media, so I'd be happy if you could comment on the content of the video. Also, my native language is not English, so I use an AI speaker to create the voice to convey the information correctly. If you like it, please subscribe to the channel and support us. This time it's a story about your favorite spy. This is the story of the top of the Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs, which I introduced in the video the other day. There was suspicion that he had an affair with a female announcer, and that the woman was actually a spy. Furthermore, there are suspicions that Xi is a spy. In China, there have been cases in the past where a key person in diplomacy actually turned into a spy and was caught. In the end, he was punished, but at first he was reported missing, so it was noticed that something had happened. Most of the patterns in China seem to be punished after a long time. Xi is a former U.S. ambassador, so if there is a suspicion of spying, it means that he was connected to the U.S. behind the scenes and provided important information to the U.S. Looking at past examples, even if they are punished, they may be punished for other reasons. Here are some very interesting examples of what happened in the past. The incident I would like to introduce this time attracted a great deal of attention in China at the time, as it was the incident in which the highest-level spy was exposed since the Communist Party of China began. After returning to China, a former South Korean ambassador was caught and sentenced to imprisonment for becoming a spy for South Korea and the United States. When this person was first investigated, there was a lot of noise about his disappearance, but he was still the subject of investigation. This person graduated from Kim Il-sung University in North Korea and had a personal relationship with Kim Jong-il. It seems that he had a relationship of drinking alcohol together. He became a very important key person in China's diplomatic world as a person who could extract information about North Korea from the top North Korean officials. After all, he was able to talk directly with Kim Jong-il, and because he was able to talk as an acquaintance rather than a diplomat, he was able to have deeper conversations than other diplomats, so he became an important person. And this person will be working at the Korean embassy from 1994. He is from South Korea, not North Korea. He studied in North Korea, so he is good at Korean. I think he started working at the Korean embassy because he has no problem with the language. And after working for a while, he became the Korean ambassador. Around the time he was appointed ambassador to South Korea, the issue of North Korea was emphasized in American diplomacy. There is a nuclear development problem, and it has become a story of what North Korea is thinking. North Korea is a country where the top decides everything, so what Kim Jong-il was thinking was information that both the United States and South Korea wanted to know. They started by making Lipin the South Korean ambassador a spy for South Korea and the United States. South Korea's intelligence department investigates the hobbies and interests of this diplomat named Lipin from various angles. However, this person is very serious. He seems to be the type of person who repeats a fixed life every day. It is said that even if he investigates his surroundings, he will not reveal any gaps in his lust for money, power, or sexual desire. For example, if you know that you like women, it's normal for Korean intelligence departments to use women. South Korea's intelligence department approached Lipin's wife and began to investigate. At the time, Lipin and his wife were not on good terms as husband and wife. However, since they were the head of the embassy, they seemed to have become a so-called masked couple. In such a situation, the wife's dissatisfaction with her husband became a situation where she could draw out a little. And South Korea's intelligence department finds out that Lipin has a special sexual mindset. This issue was widely reported in 2007. Although it is information in the Chinese-speaking world, it is a fairly famous story. One article said that a diplomat named Lipin was interested in men as well as women. If we can get that far, we will have a breakthrough for the South Korean intelligence department, and we will create opportunities for various types of good-looking guys and Ripon to come into contact with each other. By the way, Lipin seems to have been trying not to find out that his wife has a special propensity. For example, it may be that your wife found out that you were searching for that kind of thing on the internet, but it seems that your wife was aware of it. Information was passed from his wife to the Korean intelligence department, and the Korean intelligence department dispatched many men, and it seems that Lipin was caught in a honey trap and became a spy on the Korean side. After becoming a spy, he will also provide profits and will be under the control of South Korea. In addition, I worked with the American authorities to make arrangements so that Lipin's daughter could study in the United States. With two traps, profit offer and honey trap, Ripon is firmly ruled. South Korea and the United States obtained critical information about China and critical information about North Korea. However, one day this person was sent back to China. Even after he returned to his post, he continued to communicate with South Korea, which was discovered by the Chinese authorities and was exposed. This person was convicted of economic crimes and sentenced to 7 years in prison. If it were now, he would have been sentenced to death, but at least he was sentenced to life imprisonment. At that time, the Xi Jinping administration was not in power, so I think that it was not as strict on spies as it is now, and there was an atmosphere in the whole country that was not so strict. In the world of Chinese politics, getting money for convenience is rampant, so I guess there was no resistance to spying. I don't know what they'll do if I spy on them now because it's treason. I think it was a gentle era before the Xi Jinping administration. And since he's been found guilty of economic crimes, there's no mention of espionage. This is a position of ambassador, and I cannot announce that a person who is in a very important position in North Korea's diplomacy was a spy because it would concern China's security. Moreover, it seems that it was information that he did not want to reveal to the public that he was caught in a honey trap and became a spy. Later, a person who knew the situation in China announced the details of this incident through the American media. As a result, it spread all over the world, so now it is said that everyone who is interested in China's diplomacy knows it. So, in China, there are cases where a person who is promoted to ambassador was a spy. It is quite possible that former U.S. Ambassador Qin Gang is also a spy. As I mentioned earlier, the intelligence departments of the United States and South Korea investigate all kinds of things in order to extract information from the target, and implement national strategies to determine where their weaknesses are and how to approach them under control. Increase. If Qin Gang was a target of the U.S. intelligence department while he was working in the U.S., it is possible that the person at the top of China's diplomacy is actually an American spy. In the world of Chinese politics, there are times when people go missing, times when they appear normally afterward, and there is a pattern of being punished after all. Wang Yi returned quietly. There is also a pattern that there was a fuss when something happened, but in the end there was nothing. Since the Xi Jinping administration came into power, China has become extremely strict in dealing with matters related to Chinese securities. Still, in the world of Chinese politics, interests and money have power, so similar stories will come out in the future. That's all for now. See you next time.